Good morning. I hope everybody had an excellent spring break. Personally, it was such a great time to take a bit of a break, unplug, and recharge. Beginning today, we enter the final 7 week home stretch of the school year. Though it'll be filled with lots of school end of year events, including several opportunities to celebrate our seniors, the class of 2021. I'm sure that all of you want to finish the year on a high note in your classes as well. I know your teachers are ready to help you in any way that they can. Speaking of great finishes, this weekend brought one of the best finishes ever to a basketball in Gonzaga's last second overtime victory against UCLA in the tournament. Watching Stanford's women win the tournament last night and in the men's championship game tonight will wrap up what's been an amazing tournament season, one that has endured even through the changes that have been brought on by the pandemic. And that's been great to see. Watching highlights of past NCAA basketball tournaments brought about memories of one of my favorite coaches of all time, John Thompson. This fall, Coach Thompson passed away at the age of 78. So this season, many of his coaching peers remembered Coach Thompson by wearing Coach's signature white towel on one shoulder during games when he would coach. While breaking down color barriers, raising Georgetown basketball to new heights, including winning a national championship, he coached legends such as Patrick Ewing, Alonzo Mourning, and Allen Iverson, among others. But what was really remarkable was his ability to develop meaningful relationships with his players and really be a father figure. In the late 80s, when a local Washington, D.C. drug lord and Hoya fan was spending too much time around his players, Thompson didn't hesitate to confront the crime boss. Few would take such a stand in the face of such danger, and a stand that possibly put himself in harm's way. But his players as people meant that much to him. He refused to let anyone destroy his players' lives without coming through him first. Shouldn't come as a surprise, though, as prior to being hired by Georgetown, he was a coach and guidance counselor at St. Anthony's High School in Washington, D.C. The care and concern for his players beyond the court and in the classrooms of the prestigious school that they attended and in the rest of their lives just came naturally to him and was his life's work. In his office, you could find photos of championship moments and other mementos throughout the years. But one item stuck out among the rest and was one that Coach Thompson would point to often in conversations with his players. It was this old, deflated basketball, which served as a physical reminder that at some point the ball wasn't going to bounce anymore, and that the players they would need to do something besides just play basketball. As he would famously tell them, don't let the sum total of your existence be 8 to 10 pounds of air. Education was the most important thing that his players could gain from their time at Georgetown. And he put this reminder in front of them with each and every conversation they had there in his office. Coach's lesson is worth reflecting on us now for each of us as well. It may not be basketball or a sport, but there are lots of things that seem so important right now in high school that can distract from taking that personal ownership of really what's the most important thing, your own learning experience. You, as a student at Randolph, are incredibly fortunate and privileged. Someone has sacrificed a good bit for you to be able to engage in what is a transformational education experience, along with these outstanding peers that you're all around and your expert teachers. During this year of a pandemic, what's been so amazing to watch is that the learning has continued. I know it's been hard at times and frustrating with all the changes that this year has brought us, but engaging in a first-class education has endured. As we head down the home stretch, keep in mind this sentiment of Coach Thompson, that above all else, nothing can be as fundamental to where you want to go to life in life as the education that you engage in each and every day. In athletics this week, baseball has 2 games against Priceville and will take on Decatur Heritage on Saturday. Golf will be at the Huntsville Panther Invitational tomorrow and face Huntsville again on Thursday. Boys and girls soccer plays Arab in Fort Payne, while the JV boys will play James Clements Wednesday, and the varsity boys will take on Lee Friday. Softball will play St. John Paul II and Westminster Christian before hosting the Randolph Invitational this weekend. Tennis will take on Decatur and New Hope, and track and field will travel to Bob Jones on Thursday. Good luck to all those teams. In other announcements, this week we will begin our election season for our student leadership positions for Honor Council, SGA, YLC, and class officers. We will begin with Honor Council. If you're interested in becoming or serving on the council for next year, you can pick up an application for Ms. Reyes or Ms. Russick. They will be due on Tuesday, April 13th. This Saturday is prom, and a huge thank you goes out to the SGA, the class officers, Ms. McCall, and Mr. Rayford for putting together an event that will be meaningful and, while a little different than in most years, still provide a bit of normalcy and a fun evening where we will recognize our seniors and celebrate the year. There are a few reminders, though. Remember that if you're bringing a guest from outside Randolph, we have to have a completed form. You can pick up one from Ms. Mullins in the upper school office. Those need to come in this week by Wednesday. Practice for the court members will take place in the lecture hall Wednesday during consultation time. If you're on the court, you'll need to be lined up at the football gate at 6:15 Saturday night, and then all seniors need to be lined up and doing the same by 6:30. Also, next week will be our FCD week for the year, Freedom from Chemical Dependency. All classes will have one meeting, but sophomores will have two small group meetings with FCD staff during the week during your free periods. I'll share those groups with sophomore advisors to go over an advisory this week, but they'll also be posted in the hallways next week. Seniors Thursday is Kite Day. It looks to be fun and a blast for your kindergarten buddies. You may have noticed this week that someone has removed many of the one-way directional signs that have been in the hallways and the stairwells this year. With recent changes in guidance by the experts, we are able to take these down. So beginning today, you may use any of the 3 stairwells on this campus to go up or down. While we feel good about where the numbers are headed, this pandemic is not over yet. While we are relaxing some of these measures, it's important as ever that we continue to observe the others still in place, including distancing with seating, washing hands often, and keeping our mask on, covering both our mouths and our noses. And then finally, remember, we have our upcoming AAA Day Hidden Talent Show coming up. We're looking for any performers to bring some fun to the show. The deadline to submit videos is a week from Wednesday, so next Wednesday. And remember, during the day, you'll be earning points for your advisory, and the winning group will be handsomely rewarded. Thank you for your time today. It's great to see you all back in person today. Be excellent to each other, and seniors, you're dismissed.